Hey, I'm Paul Rabelais. I want to tell you about a family that recently started working with, family again out of South Louisiana. And the parents came in and they were very specific about what they wanted. They knew they didn't want a mess. They had seen some of their friends who had passed away and just turned out into a real mess with family members not getting along, going through the court system, a lot of expenses with attorneys. So they wanted to, really make things simple for their family, but they had four main goals. Number one, like many, they wanted to make sure that when one spouse died, the surviving spouse stayed in complete control of everything. Number two, they wanted to designate how they would designate their four children to have power of attorney for them if they were ever incapacitated. Number three, after both of them passed away, they wanted to make sure that one of their children inherited the home. That child had some special challenges, and the other three children were, very well off, had their own homes. And then number four, they wanted to make sure that after they both passed away, all the children would work together. They were really concerned that, they didn't want one kind of particularly kind of bossy child to step up and kind of ram things down people's throat. They wanted all four to cooperate. So after talking for a while and me asking them a lot of questions and kind of guiding them through the decisions, they wound up, making a decision to put a program in place so that when one of them died, none of the kids were involved. The surviving spouse would stay in control of their revocable living trust. And even if the surviving spouse wanted to sell the home or sell some of the property or access some of the stock, they could do it, literally the next day after the surviving spouse passed away. Things would be really simple for the surviving spouse. That surviving spouse would remain in control. Number two, we'll set up all of their disability legal documents, which people often overlook, but we'll set that up so that if one of them becomes incapacitated while they're alive, we'll have all the legal documentation in place to make it real easy for that other spouse to handle things for the incapacitated spouse. And if the other spouse can't do it or had predeceased, they want to designate any of the four children can talk to doctors or go to the bank on their behalf while they're alive if they're incapacitated. Not a bad idea to say any of the children, because sometimes when a power of attorney needs to be used, it needs to be used quickly. Decisions need to be made at the hospital, things need to be accessed, so it's convenient when you say any of the two or three or four children can handle that. Number three, we designated in their revocable living trust. We'll put their house in their trust, and so it's going to be set up so that when they both pass away, then the trustees, that we'll get to in a minute, can instantly transfer the house out of their trust to that one child that they want to own their home after they both pass away. So that'll be a piece of cake. And then the fourth item we addressed in that when both mom and dad died, the four children will be the successor co-trustees of their trust, so that all these things that they've made direction to in their trust will be implemented by all four children. So if some of the commercial properties need to be sold, all four children will participate in the purchase agreement and the sale and handle that. If there is a fidelity account with some investments in there, all four children will participate in getting that handled so that those funds get divided up four ways equally among the children. So that accomplishes all those four goals that they had of making things simple for the surviving spouse, having the right people in charge in case they ever become incapacitated, making sure their son, who doesn't have a home like the other three children do, will have a home after they both pass away. And that's all done with the support of the other children. And then making sure that all four children participate equally in the settling of the estate, of the selling perhaps of properties from their trust, or getting the stock portfolio sold or divided up among the four children. So things are going to be quick, things are going to be easy, the right people are going to be in charge, and things are going to go exactly where they want them to go. So keeping those family relationships, strong, which is, one of their, most important goals. So if you have a circumstance similar to that, where you have a family and you've saved some things and you want to make it just simple and easy and go exactly how you'd expect and want it to go, perhaps you can give us a call. Our toll-free number, 866-491-3884. Be happy to have a conversation with you about it and take it from there. I'm Paul Rabelais. Have a great day.